We got it.
Are we all?
Michael's not here though.
Michael's still not here. What the fuck? I admitted him.
Damn.
Okay, let's just do Facebook. Yeah, let's just do Facebook.
Hold on.
Okay.
He's writing me. This is a lot better quality. I'd rather keep it on Zoom.
It is much better quality.
Yeah.
No.
There he is.
Oh wait, no.
He's out.
No, he left.
He like keeps connecting and unconnecting. I don't understand.
Do you hear?
Oh yes,
Mike.
Finally. Hallelujah.
Mike,
Go.
get Dimitri on the phone. I need to speak to him.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
You're on mute. You gotta unmute
Mike,
yourself.
you muted us.
Yeah.
No, he muted himself.
Unmute himself. Michael, unmute yourself. It's literally the bottom left.
Nicole, are you in Costa Luke?
No, I'm in Outremont.
Oh shit. You're like in
You guys have it worse though.
No, you guys have it worse.
Yeah, you have it worse now.
You have it worse. You got like the really religious population there.
Is it because of the Jew crew?
Michael,
you got it because of the dusting.
Yo, you know that they didn't close the mikvah in Côte Saint-Luc?
Yo, how fucked up is that shit?
That's
And
crazy.
even like the big rabbis were like, yo, guys, calm the fuck down. Stop doing your minyans. And they were like, no, we don't care. Like, the big rabbi said it.
Michael?
No.
Oh,
Yes, we can fucking hear you, bro.
Oh my god, bro! I felt like
Michael.
those grandmas that like can't figure out like this fucking computer thing.
Not just felt, you looked like one too.
Damn.
My bad, guys. Okay.
Yeah, it is your
Okay,
fucking
we
background.
missed you, but we didn't talk about anything important.
Yeah.
I missed you too,
You guys
guys.
want like a fitnessy topic, to be honest?
Sorry?
Do you guys want me to do like a fitnessy topic?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
well, no,
if
we
you
want to
have
know a bit more about yourself, and then, yeah, also, like, fitnessy topics. Could
Because
be
like
cool.
we could talk about running. Like I've been running a lot, and that's kind of one of the only sports that are available right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if
I'm
anyone
actually,
else
yeah,
runs,
I really want to talk about running
I could do that.
because
Wait,
I'm one of these
Mike, before you speak, yo, Daniel, based off the recording, should we
Yeah.
restart or
No,
is it chill?
no,
just
it's
keep
fine.
going. Yeah.
Yeah, just keep going.
We'll cut it in pieces.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Wait, me?
Yeah, you were talking, Mike. I didn't mean to
Oh, yeah,
cut you
yeah,
off. I just
so-
wanted to make sure.
The reason I want to know more about running, I've always hated anything to do with cardio, not just running. Like I hate swimming, although I love being in the water. I hate the part where you have to like swim? And use endurance. So I just want to know, is there anything like, could you relate? Is there anything you do to like overcome that like hatred toward that aspect of sport?
I feel like that's a common thing for a lot of people. Like I feel like a lot of people don't like cardio too much. I think now like my motivation personally is like it gets me to go outside, and I like seeing a bit of different scenery every day. Like we're so stuck at home now that it's kind of like an outlet to go outside. So I try to not like, you know, like sometimes you run and you really want to set like a time PR or like a time goal, whatever, but don't really like, not really doing that, really focusing on like the music. Like you gotta have some bomb music that really takes the experience up a notch. Like I don't know, whatever you're into that day, like it could be like reggaeton, it could be like gangster rap, I don't know, but like put some bomb music so that you jam and you're like feeling that vibe. And two, like just look around, make sure you're like, you find like a pretty trail, neighborhood, whatever to run in, like so that you're kind of, I find that distracting a bit, you know, like you look around, you're like, this is cool, and you kind of forget for a bit. It's like an alternation, but
You forget how awful it actually is.
yeah.
Mike, I have a great idea for you to get into running. You should run from each McDonald's, run to the next one, and get yourself a little McGriddle, and then each one, make sure they're like decently spaced apart from each other, and then each one your reward is a McGriddle.
Yeah,
That's
this is the reward system. Like this is how it's gonna get.
I know. What's the McGriddle, please?
Oh my god.
You just upset my
Yeah, I don't know either. I know
Guys,
the McChicken.
The bun,
Junior,
the bun
junior,
is
junior
basically
chicken.
pancakes.
So
Oh my
yeah,
God.
Dan,
Holy shit.
you gotta actually hype it up. Like, so
Look at his smile.
a sausage, egg, and cheese like sandwich, but instead of bread, it's 2 pancakes.
That sounds kind of bad, not gonna lie.
It's
terrible.
terrible for you, but it tastes so good. While you eat it, it's amazing, and after you're done, you're lethargic,
Yeah.
but it's worth it.
That's
For
pretty much
one?
like
The
McDonald's
thing
though.
that's worth it at McD's is the McFlurry. Like I would die for the McFlurry, but that's about it.
Yeah, classic.
Fair enough. All right.
So-
Well, when you talk about running, do you program yourself? I mean, you're in kinesiology, so do you do any programming? Like, do you go for, let's say, long distance one day and then you do some short sprints another day? Do you do any pacing, like work with pacing?
Yeah, like right now, I've kind of been off my grind this semester, not gonna lie. So this was a super cool opportunity to get back into it. And like, for example, I used to do more like long distance. So last year I ran like the Montreal half, and
No
at
way.
that point, like I really had a time goal. Like I wanted to hit that 2-hour mark. Like I wanted to break the 2 hours, basically. That was my goal. Now, like since I'm coming back from like a lower fitness level, I think my goal is just to build up my cardio again. I'm kind of like I alternate between like doing distance runs, so like 10K or over, and doing like making sure like my short-term cardio is good. So like to me, like that's like a 5K. Like you make sure your 5K time gets better. But
You're going for
sprints,
5K.
I think these are
5K
cool, like,
is your minimum?
Don't vibe with them.
Sorry, what was the
Dan,
last thing you said? We spoke over each other.
I didn't hear your last question.
I was like, is 5K your minimum? That's like the shortest run you do?
If I go for like a run, yeah. If I'm like, obviously not if I'm doing sprints, like you're not going to sprint a 5K, but I think 5K is a good distance for most beginners to start. Like usually what they say for like longer distance running, like if you can run a 5K under 30 minutes, you are ready to like start training, So I think like for anyone who's kind of new to running, who feels maybe a bit like intimidated, like Michael, maybe like check out your 5K time, and that's a really good way to tell like how good your running is, because it uses like a bit of endurance, but it's not that exhausting. Like if you're a beginner trying to run a 10K, it's a bit more like that's a lot, to get into like cold. So
Okay. So you're saying I should try to do a 5K, time it. If I'm under 30 minutes, I'm good.
yeah, you're probably going to be under 30 minutes, but just like, like that's a good way to gauge progress, I think.
Okay. So yesterday, for the first time, I went running in like, I don't know how long, because I was losing my mind sitting at home. I did a 3K. So a 3K, I think it was 12 minutes, but I ended up getting cramps all over my body, like in places I didn't even know that could come up, and I had to stop. So it's actually it's good that we have this podcast today. So maybe I could give it another try, because I was definitely not having it.
I think maybe like if you get a lot of cramps, you probably like went too fast. You know what I mean? Like if you start off and you're like, okay, let's do this, and like sometimes it's happened to me, like you're just really enthusiastic, you're down now, like you're like down to the house, and you just like go for it, but a little too hard, you're gonna like end up getting cramps when you're like you got lactic acid build up, like all of that.
Dude, I totally feel you. I didn't get cramps, but I went on my first run, I think a week ago, and I couldn't walk for 3 days because my calves were so sore.
Yo.
It's terrible. Plus I use barefoot shoes, so like I don't have any cushion under my feet. So my calves are just destroyed after 3 days.
Okay, so what's like, how did you discover your passion for running? Like what like really set it off for you? Because Nicole went to the same high school, and we had to run every year this like long trail. So did you know back then already?
Yeah, I kind of really liked running. Like that was one of the sporty things that I enjoyed, just because to me it's really about like you could kind of go anywhere where you run. I'm really not a fan of running on the treadmill. Like I really hate that. But like going in the city and kind of going through different neighborhoods, like finding out sometimes like you're on a run and you go on a street you've never been to before and you end up in a really cool place and you're like, wow, like I had no idea this existed. So that's kind of what makes me like it. Also, even like if you go in nature, like you go on like Mount Royal, the parks, like parks are still open. So as long as you're like distancing from people, it's kind of a good way to like get some fresh air, feel healthier, and like kind of jam those benefits in. But yeah.
So your trails are always kind of different.
I like to switch it up. Like,
Yeah.
I think everyone has, like, if you're running, like, you know, multiple days a week, like, you're for sure going to go on the same trails. Sometimes, like, you're going to end up having the same trails. And in a way, they're familiar, but it's good to switch it up. Like, you don't want to be doing the same thing every day. You want to test out, like, different ground surfaces, like mud versus grass versus, like, hard asphalt. Like, that's going to be different on your bones anyway, so.
And in your experience,
That's actually cool.
is sand a good one?
That is horrible. What are you talking about? That's like such a workout.
It's like the stereotype, like the running on the beach kind of thing. Like everyone wants to do it, and then you're like 1
so
kilometer.
hard. It's really, really hard.
Especially when you have that sand that's like super, super deep and you like can't move through it.
Yeah,
Forget 5 kilometers, you get 5 meters and you're already out of breath.
I agree. I think
passed
sand is
out
really
face
hard.
first in the sand.
Yeah.
I feel like anything rocky, that's kind of annoying, you know? Like when it's like a path and it's like a lot of rocks and you kind of like have to
Keep your eyes
like,
down
that
instead
one,
of
but it's-
straight.
Yeah.
Do you like running uphill?
I don't seek out hills, you know what I mean? Like if there's a hill,
Yeah.
I'll do it, but I kind of like it's kind of harder. So
You dread it, huh?
Exactly. Like I would rather do sprints than hills. Hills is
Oh,
just
yeah.
really hard.
Now imagine sprints on hills.
Mm,
Yeah, that's a workout right there.
I
How
know.
to throw up 101.
Yeah, me and Michael, the day of our 10K, this is maybe like the first time me and Michael are hanging out. And like 2 days after we became, like, we even started talking, we decided to do a 10K calorie challenge together. And I'm like, do you want to go to McDonald's, eat 2.5K calories, and then go on a do uphill sprints in Mount Royal?
Vomiting recipe right
He
there.
throw up.
I did not throw up that.
He
Your
threw
baby-
up. He
it was
threw up.
really
He
close.
threw up. He threw up.
No, but it was funny because we thought it's the best way to like get hungrier and burn off calories, and it turned out the exact opposite. It made
For
us
you.
want to puke, and we lost our appetite. It was great.
I feel like if you lifted, it would make you hungrier maybe.
We also lifted after, yeah.
But that would have been a better idea to do lifting
Okay.
twice. Probably.
I agree.
Training is an appetite suppressant. It takes a few hours until your body gets hungry again.
Really, I usually can eat right after. No problem.
Yeah, I'm usually really hungry. It's just running. We hadn't run
Oh.
in months, and we just got nauseous because we were in such bad shape.
I
Wait,
actually
interesting.
I agree with Daniel on this one. Like I'm not super hungry after I work out. Like it's like in a few hours, like you'll be hungry.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
right after, yeah, like I relate to that. I'm not a big like.
Well, I think
like,
even
right after, like protein.
like I think biochemically too. Like I think
Metabolically.
during your workout, your body like secretes ghrelin or whatever it is. I'm not 100% sure about this, but this is from what I remember.
Like hunger suppressant. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, the hunger suppressant hormone, exactly. And then leptin comes in later. Yeah.
I agree.
Well, we just me and Mike work out so hard. That's why we're hungry. You guys just need to start training harder. You gotta start lifting things.
You gotta go hard, guys, to see results.
Lift
You guys
hard or
ever watch
lift at
that?
home?
You guys ever watch that Planet Fitness commercial?
Which one?
There's a guy a guy walks into Planet Fitness. It's like an icon of fitness in the US. And he's like applying for work. And he's like, yeah, so how are you with customers? You know, the guy's giving an interview. And the guy's like this big Arnold Schwarzenegger looking guy and goes, I lift things up and put them down. And like, that's the only thing that he fucking answers
Yeah.
the entire interview.
I haven't seen it.
Did you get the job? I want to know. I'm invested.
No, he got no, because he's like, are you like a good with customer service? He's like, I lift things up and put them down. Can you like help out with like people's workouts? I lift things up and put them down. And he's
Love
like, okay,
that.
sir, thank you for your help. And he's just like walking out the gym saying, I lift things up and put them down.
Dude.
Yeah.
Part of that
Um,
commercial.
Yeah, that's, you know.
I get buzzed probably. I don't know.
wait,
Yeah.
Dan.
Okay,
what's-
I think,
Dan,
hold on, guys. I have the most important topic we got to discuss about right now. All right, ready? Nicole, this is a question towards you.
We got it.
What is the funniest meme you've seen in the last 2 weeks?
Funniest meme. Oh
Yes.
my god. I'm ashamed to say, but like I've actually gotten a lot into TikToks.
Yeah,
So-
everybody
TikToks are
has.
the best.
Everybody has. What are you
Is that
saying?
just me?
plug your TikTok. We'll put it.
No,
in.
no, you have to see
Our
this.
TikTok
are you-
is
are you
lifting
filming-
things. Follow us.
I don't
Yeah.
film. I just lurk. But
Oh, you lurk. Okay.
there's some good ones.
Okay, wait, what,
Yeah, we need to make some TikTok lifting thing stuff.
You guys
What is
need to
that?
do that ASAP.
like, do you know that one?
Yeah. When it goes like, and then you.
Ooh.
Bro, my sister's been.
Me and Mike do TikToks together.
See, exactly. I just opened it and it's already like,
Yeah, that's it. We lost her. No more podcast.
okay, there's one guy that makes really funny, like it's imitations of reality TV. It's Bowmanizer. He's really
Put it on
fun.
the screen?
Hmm?
Can you put a video of him on the
Yeah,
screen?
I'm trying to like find.
Michael,
a
you're gonna
good-
have to edit his video into this.
Oh, okay. I'll show you and you'll fix the edit stuff.
Of course.
Hold on.
That's what I'm here for. That's my
What?
job.
You're like, I
Um,
have nothing else to do.
Yo, Dan, while she's looking for it, what was the
Here you go.
Okay.
Okay, hold
wait.
on. Ah.
So it's the first day of class. I'm getting ready, things are going well. Suddenly I get an email from my professor. It's this lengthy email saying, read the syllabus.
The sound effects.
Why are you so obsessed with me? To remove myself from the situation and go back to bed. I couldn't deal with it, to put it lightly. So it's the first day of
Okay, that guy. Anyway, he's
Yeah,
got some good ones on there.
I've seen the one with Kim K where he imitates the Kim show.
Yeah.
That was
I
spot
love them.
What were you gonna say before, Mike?
I was gonna say you should tell Nicole the slogan you came up with. See if she likes it.
What was my slogan?
Something about lifting things. Keep lifting or stay sick or something.
Oh, I thought of. a new s-
You gotta rhyme that.
no,
Yeah,
it does
yeah,
rhyme.
you say
He doesn't remember it. I thought of making like a little series. Like I don't know what yet. We were gonna figure it out after.
Keep
But-
lifting or go drifting.
No. It's get thick or get sick.
Yeah, get thick,
Oh,
thick or get sick.
That's pretty good.
good.
Thank you.
There you go. You got approval. Okay, yeah, so we're not going to keep you for much longer, but I do want to ask about your half marathon experience because I feel like that would be an interesting thing to share. Like, how did you feel? Like, I'm not even sure how I want to phrase the question, but
What's the?
what was your
question?
experience like doing a half marathon?
Like training wise, or like how it felt wise?
How it felt and was it what you were expecting?
I'm interested in the training wise. How did you train for it?
Okay, I'm gonna do both. Like I'm gonna do this first, and then like I guess Mike, like you're asking about the actual race, right?
Yeah, like how,
The
like
race thing?
just the whole
Okay.
thing.
So like this was my second half, but for the training, I think I had like, yeah, I was doing it during school, but personally, I felt like it was a really good way to like have routine. So a lot of people ask like, is that, like, are you too busy to do it? But I think it actually kind of helped. I think it was the same for you on your like fitness competition when you did that last summer.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I don't know like if you'd agree, but it's kind of good to have a routine. I had like 4 training days and 2 or 3 like lifting days. So the training days, I mean like 4 days of running and 2 or 3 days of like lifting. Sometimes I'd mix them, so it wasn't always like, like I didn't train for 7 days a week. I think I always had like one rest day, maybe two. And I think it looked like 2 or 3 days of like trying to get a good speed. So runs that were more like 5 kilometers, 8, 10. And on the weekends, I had to have like a long run. And that one was really, it was trying to get like the distance longer every time. And I think like usually for half, people train for like probably 3 months. So I think 3 months is a really good window to train. You don't need to do it for much longer, or it's going to be kind of like, I mean, like you could, but if you really want to do it like in a short period of time, I think 10 weeks is probably like your best bet.
Like the most efficient.
And yeah, like I probably had like 1 lower body day, 1 upper body day, 1 like full body abs, whatever, like random, like whatever I felt like was lacking in the gym. So that was how the training kind of went. And yeah.
And
pretty much it.
So 3 months during the weeks, you did distance time, and then weekends distance.
Yeah. So if I really got all of the 3 in, it was like one day like was 5 kilometers. One day was like a bit longer, so like 8, 10, up to like at the end it was probably like 12 kilometers. And the third day, like if I could, I would try to do like sprints or hills or something that's more like anaerobic to try to get like my lactate up, like try to get the cardio more like like if you have to like speed it up and like to not let that give me a cramp basically. Yeah, I think Mike was asking something though, so.
Yeah, so all that training leading up to race day, did the race itself feel like it was easier than expected or harder, or like was it the same like with all the environment?
I think it was really like, it was kind of as expected. Like it was really cool. It was a really nice race, and it was something that you train for a long time and then you get to do it. And I don't know, I felt really happy doing it, and it was a really pretty scenery. Like it was at the Parc Chantapo, so it was really like, it was cool to see the whole city like from there. And they've got like a really nice circuit. It's on like the Formula 1 circuit, so you've got all the water, you've got like it's like a long trail. For
Is this the
like,
rock and roll?
No, it's that one is like the September one, but this one was like the Scotiabank.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but I think the really funny thing about running marathons is like, anytime that you're running like and training, you're not the only person running on the street, but like everyone's walking and you're running, you're kind of like waiting for lights. And this is so weird. Like the weirdest thing to me is feeling like everyone is collectively on a treadmill, because these people, and like they are going at the exact same speed, so you don't feel like you're running. Like it doesn't look like you're running. It looks super weird because like everyone is a wave of people moving at the same time. And like that was the weirdest thing.
And
so it's like, it looks like a video game, like you kind of, things are just passing you by, but you're staying in the same place.
You feel like slow motion because like it's like a collective wave. It's like a flash mob of runners.
That's so cool.
So
also the snacks. We have to talk about the snacks.
Yes, they give you Cliff Bars at the end.
Oh my god, all of that. They have so much shit. They have like, because they get sponsored, and all of the sponsors are like, try our protein bar, try our protein bar. So that's definitely the best part.
They're like, I'll try everything.
And
yeah, you're like, yeah, sure, I don't mind. Yeah.
I had a bag, and I had my mom, and I'm like, Mom, like she didn't have a bib, but she just walked up and was like, I want some too. So yeah. We ended up
So basically, anyone out there who misses trick-or-treating, this is the adult equivalent.
Everything got canceled this year.
For fitness people.
So when I don't know if you've seen, do you guys watch The Office, where they do a run for the fundraiser?
Yeah.
And Michael carbo loads. So is that an efficient strategy to eat pasta with Alfredo sauce like the minute, like right before the race?
You got to do it the night before. There's never a race that I didn't like carb load for. Like I'm talking even like in the stand days, like that was my job. Like,
they always told us make sure to eat pasta the night before.
Yeah.
Like I was already gonna do that, but sure.
Okay, so how did you diet for this race? Like, what was your diet? Like, did you have like a regimen to eat, or you just kind of ate as you usually did?
I mean, like, I'm not a big macro counter. Like, I kind of eat, like what I feel like eating. I think I tried like intuitively to eat like a little healthier, but I think that's gonna happen like regardless. Just because, like, even if you're in the gym, like if you're working out, if you want to see goals, like you'll kind of drift towards a healthier diet. But I never like. I wasn't like, oh my God, like I'm not gonna have any cakes. I know before my long runs, I would always kind of like eat pasta, eat like, I think generally if you're running, your diet's probably going to be like heavier on the carbs side. So
Yeah, because
you know what they
use them.
say, eat pasta, run pasta.
You know it.
Eat pasta, run pasta.
Like any kind of those. Like your breakfast is probably, like if you run right after, like your breakfast is probably going to be what, like oatmeal or cereal or like toast, peanut butter toast. Like it's not, I would not recommend, like right before you run, I wouldn't recommend like anything fatty or like eggs. I just think it would like, I don't know, like heartburn,
The
McGriddles for Michael.
Yeah.
In between the stops, yeah.
So someone who's looking to start running right now, let's say they have no experience running, they're not in the greatest shape, but they want to start it now, that they have more time. How would you recommend they go about it? Yeah. Assume they're not in good shape at all.
For sure. So, okay, like the shitty thing now is you can't find running buddies. That would kind of be like my normal time recommendation, but no problem. We can get anyone started. I would say step number 1, get yourself a fire playlist. Like you really want this playlist to go hard, make it kind of long, like make it 70 songs so that it shuffles and it's not always the same 5 songs, because if it is, that's going to feel great the first time, then you're going to get bored of it. It's kind of like an alarm clock. Second tip, like just get an idea, like the night before, the day before, whatever, like get an idea of where you want to go in your neighborhood, like especially if you're not a big runner, like to begin with, kind of make a plan, be like, okay, I want to kind of like go to that area, that sounds cool. And if you have a park nearby, maybe like a few laps of that park, and if you begin and you can do like 3K, just that's cool. Like work up from it, work up the distance. Maybe like every week try to run an extra kilometer, or like every week try to run like that same distance faster, and that's going to be motivating. I think you'll like, for sure, like not everyone likes every sport, but if you end up enjoying it and it's something you want to continue, I think now it's a really great time. Like spring going into summer, it's still not too hot, and you get to kind of, it's one of the only available sports right now, so could be motivating. Sure. Like you'll probably feel good, from.
For sure.
What's your fire playlist?
What's my fire playlist?
What's your is like the days where you're like, I don't feel it, but I gotta do it, and let's put on this playlist. Let's put on this music that just like it gives me no other options. Yeah.
I mean, dude, like my playlist is called like lit, because I'm trying to get lit, but it's just like really long. But
give us top 5.
Like lately, I've been loving Bad Bunny's new album, Fire.
I haven't heard it.
Bad Bunny. Yeah, I can't tell you the name because it's like a jumble. Like he made it on purpose. Like it's wide with a little, like slam on the keyboard kind of name.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Is there an app that you use for running?
I use Map My Run. Yeah.
Okay. Is it the one where you can like check your friends like distance they ran and stuff?
That's Strava.
Oh, that's Strava?
Yeah.
I like that one because you can see who's actually putting in the work.
I feel, but I mean, like, I never got it. I know, like, a lot of my runner friends are on that one because it lets you, like, share with people. I mean,
it adds a little bit of competition.
I'm, like, still on it.
It adds a little bit of competition. I think it looks cool.
That's right.
I have 3K on it, so, like, watch out.
Yeah, so what's
once Mike starts getting into running, it's over for you hoes.
So what's can you give us a challenge related to running? Something that we should all do.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
How long is our timeline here?
It's so funny that you say that.
What do you
Literally
mean?
just now, I got a notification from Zoom and it says like, we're giving you a gift. Your 40 limit timeline is over. But yeah, let's say
Timeline.
let's
Give us a week. 1 week.
1 week.
No,
I
give
was
us
gonna
one
say
thing to do. No, like just
1 month. Like I was gonna say, like by the end of this month, like running a 5K in 25 minutes.
okay.
Easy.
It's not that
Yeah,
hard.
let's do it.
I'll do it right now.
I used to run.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, Dan is surprisingly really good.
So yeah, like I don't know. Like I want to ask you guys, what have you been doing for fitness right now? Quarantine times.
let's
I've
go.
been doing
Dan.
a lot of crying and dreaming about the gym.
Yeah.
That's my no, I'm joking. I have a gym in my basement, so and it's like I have a lot of equipment.
You're
So
one
I've been
one of those. You're lucky.
I've been eating a lot.
Yeah, no, I am lucky. I'm very lucky. Mike has been getting smaller, as you can tell.
No. I've been eating a ton. Like I'm huge right now. Like
I think everyone.
They say people are gonna come out of quarantine one or two ways, either really, really big or really, really skinny.
I feel like
So yeah,
I
I'm
hope.
in the middle. Like I want to still stay.
kind of
normal.
just stay the same.
Yeah.
But you're running, so you're fine. You're okay.
I feel like
So wait,
my
are we
mom-
accepting this challenge?
Hold on.
I'll
Okay.
25 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Challenge.
I'll do it. Yeah, I'm down.
Challenge
5K,
accepted.
25 minutes. Okay.
5K, May 1st.
Just so you guys know, Mackle Road here, there, like all the way down and back is 5K for YouTube.
Wait, what?
It's a Kota Luke thing. It's a Kota Luke thing.
It's a cool thing.
So we should all do a social distance run together,
Yeah, just stay like 5 meters apart and we'll run.
and we'll.
Let's do that.
Go ahead.
Okay, like actually, you know what? Dan said a week, so I think like this week, a week from now, like we have a week to run a 5K, like your fastest 5K, and we all send it to each other. The winner wins like nothing, but that's the challenge.
Pride rights.
Okay.
Dan's gonna beat us. I feel like
I love
Dan's
it.
gonna be the winner.
Perfect. I'm in.
I don't know. We'll see.
Dad, you're like, maybe.
I used to be a good runner. I'm very fat these days.
Dude, you're
Still,
fine.
you
You'll
go,
be
you
okay.
can, so.
Well, no, I'm gonna do it.
5K
Whales
is
don't
not that
run.
long.
I'm too competitive. to just
Oh.
give up.
There we go.
You see Dan just sprinting the entire thing.
Yeah. I'm either gonna pass out or I'm gonna win. There's no other alternative.
I guess you're
I'll
passing
probably
out.
pass out. Yeah, I'll probably.
Yeah,
pass
you're
out.
probably passing out.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let's finish this off. Dan,
Thank you for the challenge.
No worries.
So that is the end of episode 5. Thank you, Nicole, and thank you for the challenge. We're all looking forward to beating you in this challenge.
Oh, thanks for bringing me on the show, guys. I love this. Thanks for calling me Daddy today. Oh,
Pardon?
Episode 2 with Nicole with our running updates
Exactly.
and how we still hate running.
And Mike, take it away.
So when I say lifting, you say things. Lifting,
Thanks!
lifting.
Thanks!
All right, guys.
Ciao, guys.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks again.